You ever been in a situation to where you already feel overwhelmed, you already feel like things are just happening and not going away? You feel like I don't need another hit, and then somebody hits you with that. Either you get hit with a bill that's unexpected, your rent goes up, your water bill goes up, your car insurance goes up. You're like, I'm barely trying to survive and make it. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Love's Absolute coming to you live from the tribe. How you guys doing? Hopefully, the day is going well, and it should be. So, story time. So basically, I've been living in the same place for the last 2, 3 years, 3 years, and all of a sudden it's just like, well, we need to raise the rent because everything else around us is going up in rent. So I was hit with that yesterday, and then my first reaction was just like fear. We all like how I'm gonna pay for it. How I'm gonna like increase, what I'm making right now. And the second thing I thought about is just like I can't pay for it. You know, I'm already strapped as it is. I'm already, paying what I need to pay. But I feel like everything's getting tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. And then third thing I felt like he was just like I'll never have my own place or own my own place. And that starts to, have the train of thought of like, okay, well, everything just seems very impossible right now. Even though it is not impossible, I feel that way. The reason why I feel that way because it's just like over a long period of time, I've been passive, you know, not taking active stuff to change my situation, not to change um, things according to what I needed it to be. It's always on what other people wanted to do and how other people feel about it, but it's not according to what I need to happen. And that's what's challenging about it. So, how did I process this? How did I solve this? Well, first thing I said, I normalized it. People say don't normalize your problem. Normalize make it okay for the problem to be there. I said no. Just accept the problem, embrace it, don't run from it, embrace it. You know, let the problem be there because you asked for it in the form of you asking for something better. So anytime you ask for a solution, as in something is better coming, there has to be a problem to prompt you to move forward with a specific action. And I'm reminding myself, I've been in this place before. I've been in a place where, my parents asked me like, oh, well, you need to pay rent. Every time they would say that, I would respond like, okay, I'll figure out a way how to do it. So this is old hat. And number two, use my imagination to put into image what I want to happen. A lot of times we don't. We use our imagination to imagine the worst. I know I do. Like I'll sit there and say like something like bad will happen or negative will happen, and I'll be like, oh, imagine the worst case scenario. I'll say no. Well, learn how to imagine the best case scenario in that. And then number three is this most important thing in any situation when you're trying to solve any problem, dude. Listen to your gut because a lot of times I'm like to my head. I'm trying to figure things out. My job is not to figure things out, and I'm still learning this. Like my job is not to figure things out. Everything is out. Everything is always already figured out. Everything is already solved. All I have to do is listen. But I don't listen because in my brain it's like I have to do everything by myself. I live by myself. I live, with roommates. I have no support, financial support. My only support, financial support is me, myself, and I. It's all on me. You know, I support myself. I provide for myself, and I protect myself. There is no protection outside of me, and because of that, like I think, like I have to figure things out. It's just like it's not about me figuring anything out. It's about me just being in the moment and listening to what source is telling and telling me, "Hey, go do this, go do that." And I want to encourage you. Like anytime you get in a situation where you feel like um, there's a problem that shows up, like a big problem, you feel like it's a problem. You know, don't blow it out of proportion. Stop blowing your problems out of proportion and start normalizing. As in, this is normal. Not as in like oh well, this is normal. Like it's going to stay here. No, it's normal. As in, these problems are product, service, information in disguise. And your job is to, anytime you want something or you desire something, there has to be a problem that shows up for you to activate a certain specific response or action. A lot of times we can respond to things versus um, being still in the midst of things. Being still in the midst of things, to learn how to listen, to figure out what you're going to do, what's your next move. You don't have to figure out anything. All you have to do is listen to your gut. And we're always taught not to listen to our gut. We're always taught to watch the media, watch the social media, watch all these other things besides listening to our gut. Your gut tells you what to do and how to do it. For more information on listening to your gut and how to listen to your gut and when to listen to your gut, email me at loveisabsolute3@gmail.com. Email me at loveisabsolute3@gmail.com. Hopefully you find this information beneficial, empowering. Most importantly, it helps you to be authentically honest about where you're at. Just be honest where you're at. Don't try to present to people like, I know you got to go to work and, do all that BS. That's the problem with work. You got to go on BS. Don't BS anymore. Just be like, this is where I'm at. Embrace it. If people tell you, they ask you, how you doing, tell them like, if you really are not doing fine or you feel like you're in a shitty mood, tell them, I feel shitty today. I feel overwhelmed today. Even though they don't want to hear it, tell them. Because your job is not to sit there and tell people what they need to hear. Okay, you tell people what they need to hear by you being honest and telling yourself what you need to hear. Okay, so again, email address loveisabsolute3@gmail.com. If you need help, you need to talk. If you need any assistance on moving forward, like we all need to start moving forward and how we feel about ourselves before our outside situation can change. You have to change in our internal processing changes, like how we think about things, how we feel about things, and how we respond to things internally for externally. Brothers, pound. Sisters,